what I try to like kind of do, and especially when I'm friends with the guest already, is I go back and I look at old emails and I just kind of go back down memory lane. And there were just so many emails that you and I were part of. There was one where like Tony Galippi from BitPay was trying to get us to go to a music festival in Orlando or something. And you and Roger, and then I remember like my favorite memory. One of my favorite memories was at that Money Show conference back in like 2012 or 2011, was it?
Uh-huh.
And you were there in your sweatpants, and you were running the booth, and we were right next to PayPal.
That was those were good times. Yeah.
And Roger and Eric was there, and it was just so much fun.
What's up, everyone? I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. We're starting this week off with some XRP history and context on Jed McCaleb's tacostand wallet. The moment we have all been waiting for a long time has finally come, and Jed McCaleb has finally emptied his taco stand. His dumping of XRP is now finally over after many years. Now, isn't this great news? So what is really happening here? Keep watching to find out more. As always, welcome back to Moneyside, your favorite crypto news channel. If you're new here, welcome to the XRP Army. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you don't miss out on our daily crypto news updates. Former Ripple Labs founder Jed McCaleb has completed his 8-year XRP dump, leaving only 46.7 XRP in his famed tacostand wallet. According to XRP Scan, the former Ripple founder sent out his last 1.1 million XRP transfer at the moment, worth $394,742.18. After a few hours, the account displayed a account delete transaction, indicating that the account will no longer exist on the XRP ledger. The transaction includes a $9 billion XRP sell-off began by McCaleb when he left Ripple Labs in 2014 to co-found rival payment technology Stellar. The amount McCaleb has released over the last 8 years accounts for approximately 18.6% of the overall circulating supply of XRP, which has been welcomed by the crypto community. Since late 2020, Ripple Labs has been embroiled in a lawsuit filed by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, which claims Ripple and its officials sold XRP as an unauthorized security to investors. The SEC suffered a setback in its lawsuit against Ripple last week when a U.S. judge ruled that the SEC must provide internal papers connected to the Hinman speech, which could be crucial evidence in favor of Ripple's defense. If Ripple is successful in claiming that XRP is not a security, some predict that this verdict will set a precedent for other crypto token issuers while also increasing XRP values. But why is there so much hype around Jed selling his XRPs?
Just from talking to you in those days, I remember Arthur, and I miss Arthur, and I talk about Arthur. Actually, I messaged him the other day, like a month or two ago. I remember when I had first understood Ripple, and you first explained it to me, I understood it as this, is a way for people to extend social credit to each other. So it seemed like, and that was like how I first kind of got it, when Chris came in and he was able to expand on it. So that focuses on like the person. Is Stellar more focused on corporations and companies and banks and working together at a protocol level, and you think Ripple is more like person to person?
Well, I think Ripple is actually more focused on replacing like Swift, essentially.
Let me take you back in time a little bit. David Schwartz, Jed McCaleb, and Arthur Brito, 3 developers who previously built code for the Bitcoin blockchain, began developing the XRP ledger in 2011 with the purpose of creating a blockchain more suitable for hyper-efficient value movement with a focus on transaction speed and scalability. When the XRP ledger was deployed shortly after, the code automatically generated 100 billion XRP, with the codebase dictating that no new XRP may be created. In September 2012, Jed, Arthur, and Chris Larson founded Ripple. The firm was called Newcoin Inc. at the time, and the XRP ledger founders gave the company 80 billion XRP. Jed, Arthur, and Chris kept the remaining 20 billion XRP. That aside, let's listen to a very exciting interview between Monique Ruff-Bell, event director of Money 2020 USA, and former Ripple Labs founder Jed McCaleb.
So basically what it means is that IBM has developed this product called WorldWire that allows banks or other financial institutions to issue digital assets on this common platform that can be interexchanged between each other. So it allows you to send currency A and get it converted to currency B. So it allow a much more seamless way to send payments around the globe than what is done traditionally.
Okay, great. And what does that mean for the U.S. market specifically? I know that it's going to be your operation endpoint at some time, but what does that mean?
So, I mean, probably for your common person in the U.S., it's not that impactful. But for anyone that does a lot of international transfers, like maybe you have a relative overseas, or maybe your relative is living overseas or something like this, then it will matter a lot.
Okay. So it has been in the news recently that Facebook is looking at introducing its own stablecoin. So what is your view on stablecoins and tokens and how they will affect financial services?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like the term fiat token a lot better than stablecoin because there's a lot of different currencies in the world and maybe they're not all so stable.
I like that.
Yeah, so I think definitely the future will be this world where people are using digital representations of value, whether it's fiat currencies or gold or shares or bonds, anything. It should all be kind of tokenized. And what this allows you to do is it gives you all kind of the power and benefits that cryptocurrency has, where you can send it quickly and easily to other people, and everything is interoperable. So it's just a much better state of affairs than what we have today.
So exactly what is IBM WorldWire that he talks about in this video? Well, with IBM Blockchain WorldWire, clearing and settlement with finality happens in near real time. The solution uses digital assets to settle transactions, serving as an agreed-upon store of value exchanged between parties, as well as integrating payment instruction messages. Now let's move on from that and look at what's happening in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. According to the latest developments in the SEC versus Ripple litigation, the SEC is now attempting to ban XRP holders from assisting Ripple's defense. In addition, the SEC is attempting to prevent John Deaton from appearing in any future court sessions and has filed an official objection to do so. This latest action appears peculiar but also predictable, considering that the SEC appears to be using all available tools to either delay or avoid losing the case. This official protest basically opposes treating XRP holders and Deaton as amici curiae, or court participants who help supply information to aid court judgments. This is paradoxical, given that the XRP holders are likely to be the best knowledgeable about the case. Deaton had 3,252 token holders sign affidavits, effectively declaring that they are victims of the SEC's action against Ripple as a result of lost revenues. Holders say in their affidavits that they either did not assume legal responsibility for purchasing XRP, that they purchased the tokens for utilitarian purposes rather than investment goals, or that they did not purchase based on promises made by the firm and its personnel. However, the commission alleged in its protest to XRP holders that they are attempting to operate outside of strictly legal problems. The SEC stated, movements do not propose legal briefing. Instead, they want to make arguments based on 3,252 affidavits testifying to specific facts. The SEC appears to be going to great lengths to prevent Deaton from continuing to participate in the case. To do this, they chose to play a 2021 YouTube video of Deaton claiming that he may have to walk over and slap the profanity out of former SEC Chair Jay Clayton. The agency then claims that this is sufficient evidence to prove that Deaton has made threats to the SEC and should no longer be allowed to participate. The SEC's decision to use a video of some trash talking as grounds to disqualify legal participation in the litigation appears desperate. The XRP holders and Deaton, as amici, must respond publicly to the SEC's complaint by July 25th. Ripple is a blockchain business that creates the XRP cryptocurrency. In a continuing court dispute that began in 2020, the SEC claims that Ripple and its executives, Brad Garlinghouse and Christian Larson, offered XRP as unregistered securities. Meanwhile, Deaton has contended that the SEC's interpretation of the law against Ripple, Garlinghouse, and Larson has been inconsistent. The lawyer said on Twitter on Tuesday that if the SEC actually believed XRP was a security, it would have filed an injunction against Ripple and issued a cease and desist order prohibiting the two CEOs and Jed McCaleb from selling his coins. As always, do your own research and always trade safely, guys. Please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. You can always let us know what you think in the comment section below, and let's have a conversation. Thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and please click on that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next Money Side.